Hi, my name is Patrick Kopic. I'm peer counselor here on the Department of Counseling here at John Jay. I've had a semester's worth of training, so I'm still under faculty supervision. I'm available to meet once a week for the remainder of this semester. Anything we discuss during these sessions will be confidential, unless I believe you have any imminent danger to yourself, others, or are unable to take care of yourself. We can meet for the rest of the semester at 30 minutes at a time, and it's all voluntary, so you can back out any given moment. Do you have any questions? What brings you in here today?
So I've been having some trouble with one of my classes. It's a literature class, and it's mainly just problems with the professor I'm having. It's not really like course work. It's just I'm getting really aggravated with this professor.
Your professor aggravates you?
Yeah, completely, because it's like, you're a professor, you should know what you're doing, not having to ask students, like, how do I do this, how do I do that? It's like, you've gone to school for a reason. So it's like, it's kind of like annoying to see that she's not clear on how to teach the subject.
So you feel annoyed because you see your professor as unqualified for a position?
Not really like unqualified, I wouldn't say maybe to that limit, but it's just like, I feel like she should be more prepared, because what this is, it's like, it's a regular class, we meet twice a week, but she has like a lot of online assignments. Everything, all the assignments, everything's online. But I didn't know I signed up for like a hybrid course. I didn't expect that, and there wasn't any sort of like description for that, because I work better when it's in class, hands-on, rather than just like, okay, you come in class, we talk, and then everything's on your own online.
So just to clarify, you were going into this class assuming it was an online-only class?
Oh, just like a regular class. I
So
didn't
like
expect.
a physical class instead of there being an online aspect to it.
Mm-hmm.
And finding out that it's a hybrid has kind of annoyed you because your professor hadn't clearly explained it. Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't expect any of the work to be online. I just thought like, okay, you come to class, like you're scheduled Tuesday, Thursdays, I have it. You go in, you do your thing, everything in class, even turning in assignments, because I get a really bad habit of forgetting to submit things online, and I don't like that there's deadlines, like 11:59, this is due, and then the next day, it's like something else is due. It's like she has us going on a week-long schedule, but the class meets twice a week.
So you would have been completely fine just having the class twice a week if it didn't have the online aspect to it?
Yeah, exactly. Like the online thing kind of just throws me off, because she's kind of mixing it all up. Because with that, the syllabus she posted online, it doesn't match the dates of what she's saying in class. So in class, she'll be like, okay guys, you have like your thesis statement due tonight, but if you look on the syllabus, it'll be like, read chapters 1 through 3 and make a discussion board post. And I've tried to like ask her about it in class, but she kind of just brushes it off, like, oh, don't worry about what's online, just focus on what I'm saying in class. But then it kind of, like, I'll forget, and then I'll get thrown off by the time I go home.
So even asking her what the deadline is, what is actually due, isn't effective because she's not giving you complete answers.
Exactly.
And have you tried reaching out to her in different ways, trying to find out, proper information?
I tried emailing her before, and she responded, but the thing was, like, the question I asked her, she was kind of like questioning me about it, because one thing I emailed her about was like her discussion board, and it was like, oh, am I supposed to have to respond to someone else for this assignment? And she emailed me back pretty quickly, which is, like, I appreciate that, but she was like, oh, I thought I clearly stated on there that you had to, but it wasn't there. And then it was just this whole back and forth thing going on that we couldn't really come to terms.
You mentioned we, so did other classmates having the same problem as you?
Yeah, actually, like, plenty of them. Some people that, like, I've known for a while are in the class, so sometimes we'll like, talk to each other, be like, oh, was this assignment due? And then one person will say yes, another person will say no, someone doesn't even know what's due, and then like back and forth even texting, like, hey, is this assignment due? Like, what are we even supposed to do? So I'm happy it's not just me that's confused with all of this, it's like multiple people. But I feel like there are certain students in the class who are on top of it, I think just because naturally they're able to do, like, work well with online assignments, but I just can't.
So you're not alone in this?
No.
At all, it's your other classmates as well. And are you having trouble just keeping up with the internet aspect, the online aspect of the course? Or just trying to, figure out what you need to do in class and online?
In class, there's no real problem. I don't really have a problem with participating. I'll do the reading, so I don't have issues with talking about points or bringing in other discussions. It's just the online part. It's really annoying because I've never had to do even some of the assignments that she's putting for this course. It's really different than any other course I've ever taken, and then the way she's structuring it is overcomplicating it.
And so everything you've done online, aside from the deadlines and certain assignments, what are the sort of things in the online aspect are confusing to you or troubling for you?
She'll mix in information from her last semester's course into this semester. So we have quizzes to do weekly, and they're pretty simple, they're pretty straightforward, but some of the questions aren't changed from her course last semester. So questions, really simple, it'll be on the syllabus, and it'll say our midterm is due, March 20th, and it's true or false. And that one was true, but there was another question on a different quiz I had issues with. It was talking about October, and I put false because it's clearly not the date, and it still marked me wrong on the quiz grade because it's still factored and structured from last semester. So it's I'm trying to talk to her about it, but always she kind of just brushes off students. It's oh, I gotta go. My next class is in another building. I gotta go. Emails, I feel I can't explain it through an email, and I would need that one-on-one time.
Have you tried scheduling some one-on-one time?
She's kind of all over the place lately with her schedule and her hours and stuff because she has a family thing going on, and she mentioned it to the class, so I thought I'm not expecting anything out of it now. But before it was just kind of don't reach me on weekends because I'm not going to get back to you because I have my own with her issue going on. And then weekdays, it's I'm pretty hectic with my schedule, so it's hard for me to pick out that one time to meet with her.
So as of right now, you're kind of just going with the flow because your professor isn't really able to clarify things for you, right? And that kind of ties into what you mentioned earlier, where you said your teacher's sort of unprepared or not, organized, didn't organize the class properly because you said that she has things from her last class or last year's class, introduced in this syllabus, but not everything's properly organized. And so that has you kind of annoyed at the whole class and the professor and how she's going about things.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of and even on the first day of class, she was trying to work through online and through Blackboard to show us everything, but it's she was getting confused herself. So I don't know, I just don't see the point in why have everything based online if you are having problems yourself organizing it, because that just makes it I feel she should be more aware that students are going to have trouble with everything on Blackboard.
Yeah. And because she seems to not be aware, she goes about the physical classes not mentioning it or brushing it off, like you said, right?
Yeah.
And does she make any attempts to go over the online assignments in class or just talk about them?
She'll do it, but again, she'll do it briefly, she'll try to brush it off. I try to ask one thing about a certain assignment, and she kind of just gave a rude-ish response, kind of oh, I already talked about that. You should know that, but myself and other students are no, you actually didn't. So then she actually went into it, but then really quickly, just maybe a minute, but I would need a good 10 minutes just focusing on what I need to do because it's my grade. I don't want my grade to get lowered because I couldn't understand what we had to do.
So you want, your grades are important to you. You want them would be good, and you need to talk to the professor and kind of clarify things with her in order for that to happen. And she's unable to meet with you, and emails aren't affected. What are some other ways you can, try and clarify things for yourself?
I mean, I think I'm gonna try like asking right after class, just to see if I can like get in, like, even just to mention it, like, hey, I do have office hours this week or something, because even, it's easier for me personally to work with people one-on-one, like face-to-face, not really through online.
Yeah.
So I have trouble writing emails to people because I don't know how to word it. So it's just, I'm just worried about her just kind of like brushing it off, because I've tried to talk to her after class once before, and she kind of just, she was like, yeah, sure, and then I never got anything back. I didn't like get a follow-up or anything.
And that just keeps happening, brushing off part. And you mentioned that your classmates are in the same sort of dilemma as you. Have you reached out to them concerning this?
I'll like talk about it with some of my friends in the class, and when we have similar feelings about it. So like even they're troubled about it, and they're confused, but I feel like my friends are just more of the, all right, whatever happens, happens, I'll just go along with it. But like for me personally, I feel like my grade is actually hurting from it, and I don't want it to, because I've done well in my other literature classes, and it makes me annoyed that for this one, for small little details, my grade is going down.
Yeah. And your grades are, important to you, so you're gonna try to get on top of things, but it's hard to do with your professor. Your class, you said your friends in the class are kind of on the same page as you. You guys just have a lot of feelings, but don't know how to, make the professor kind of clarify things. What about the few organized students in the class you mentioned?
I don't really talk much with them, so then that's another thing. Like I don't want to like just approach them and be like, hey, like, how are you doing this? Or like, oh, did you do this? What'd you get on this quiz? Like I don't feel comfortable enough to like have those kind of conversations. Because with my friends, like they don't care. Like we'll tell each other what we got. Like, oh yeah, I got like an 80 on the quiz, or I failed it. Like we don't really care. But like to talk about it with someone else, I don't know. It's just like I feel like that would be awkward.
And would it be awkward through Blackboard, like on the discussion board posts?
I think there's like a section on the discussion board where students can just put like any kind of general questions.
Yeah.
I'm just worried if I do that, no one's gonna respond. Like just have like a single post and then just no one really take a look or like give feedback on it. It's just, I feel like everyone, when they go online,